Right. So what we see is a person who is very very incapacitated. Uske resources kitne hain, how much resources she is having within her, how much structure she is having, how she wants to go and hibernate. You know, she wants a space of her own. She doesn't want
Yes,
anything from
ma'am.
outside. So this is subclass 2. Hmm?
Yes,
इसमें we
ma'am.
can see the energy and words of mollusk coming up. She is like an embryo. What she said, कि I feel as if I'm an embryo. Hmm?
Okay.
Try to write all the lines so that एक line से we can dissect and see that from where she's coming. एक तो infantile uterus. Again जैसे what we study in this is कि there is atrophy and dwarfishness. Keywords are here and there. This is what we are studying from Dr. Yakir. These are the notes of Yakir. These are not the notes of the case. The keywords are here and Dr. Shilpa, please mute yourself. There is some noisy disturbance from your end. So the keywords are here and there, facing the other, walking beside another with indecision, not finding one's place, immature and confused sexuality. This is all about boundaries. So separation and coming together, I in relation to something outside. Isiley she wants to withdraw. She feels like as if she's in a embryo. She wants to come to have her own space. So this is her and the outside. Establishing boundaries and boundary issues. Small and unprepared versus trying to become bigger and stronger. Atrophy and dwarfishness. Here we see genital atrophy. So see how everything is coming together. Trying to manifest and materialize, trying to find strength, disproportionate effort, psychotic overdoing, burden, taking responsibility, carrying the load with the requisite strength, heaviness, effort, strain, crashing under the burden, Sisyphean efforts, lack of confidence, failure, psychotic cover. And so each and every word which this lady was saying, we have in our notes from Yakir, right? So how beautifully the case is evolving and it is emerging, and we can see who the person is. So she has spoken about first the infantile uterus, then she's talking about no sexual life, then she's talking ki when she is feeling this tiredness, she started with I have no energy for work. That is what she clearly told us, that she doesn't have any energy for work. There is depression, and what she's experiencing is dizziness and suffocation. So dizziness we see in subclass 1 and subclass 2, because they are not sure, they are not stable in this world, they are not grounded in this world, they are not yet here. So this instability comes as vertigo or dizziness. So here she has this no energy to go for work. She has clearly said that there is no energy to go for work in the morning. So that is the time when she feels the heaviest. So she wants to show people that your work, and when she was working, she says, I have done too much work day and night, no time for me and difficult. So what is this? When these people with they don't have that requisite strength, they don't have that inner strength, but when they come in this world, they don't have the resources, they are not equipped. On the second hand, they take a work which is too big for them. So just imagine this lady being a judge. Imagine this lady being a judge. So एक तो कुछ structure है नहीं और आपने काम दे दिया पहाड़ का. So this difference cracks them and they land up into fatigue or they break down. Can you see this clearly in this case?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So this is so clear in this case. Second, she is using the words hibernate, withdrawal. So this also, here you have to do a differential diagnosis with womb remedies of minerals and animals also. Animals is mollusk, minerals is row 2. So we have to differentiate. So that is why I was trying to differentiate all the words. When she said hurt because of her accent, I heard it's cut. So if it is the words are cut, mutilated, and these words are there, then we can think of a mollusk. But here the word was hurt, and it was a sensitivity. So we are very clear that this is a plant energy. And she says, I feel insulted. I do my best. They just ruined my ideals. Now, what are these ideals? Because they are not here in the world, so they are very idealistic, and that ideals they don't match. Means like they are not grounded, and that's why they don't. These ideals are very super ideals. They are not practically. They cannot be applied practically in this world. So just imagine a judge and being so idealistic. So this is where the mismatch occurs, and then they just give in. So whole of this subclass is very psychotic because they don't have the strength. On the other end, they want to prove that they can do big, and that is why it's a psychotic overdoing, disproportionate effort, trying to manifest and materialize. Last time, Dr. Aparna has asked what is the difference between subclass 1 and subclass 2, which theoretically we can say that subclass 1 wants to go up, back to the source. Subclass 1 wants to go down. So what she said very beautifully, that I don't want to go back. Do you remember what she says? She says, I want to withdraw and find my own little world, but I want to ground. I do want to shrink like an embryo cave in the mountain where I can hide away from the world, to be silent, to not eat and dream. So she just wants to dream of the magical world. Also, what she said was, I can see myself as a small child, and then there is a world. So this is what I have drawn in my notes. Can you see my notes? She has drawn herself here, and here is the world. So what she has shown, that she's trying to enter this world. So this is not the story of not wanting to come in this world. This is the story of a person who feels that this world is strange and she's too small, but she wants to enter. So this is the energy of subclass 1, where subclass 2, where they want to enter the world. This is higher. Now she wants to enter. It means she's higher up in the rows. Getting my point? She's not down. Down mein dheere dheere they just enter. This is somewhere up in the subclass 2, where she's seeing the world different and she's trying to enter the world. Clear? So we can understand this is not subclass 1, this is subclass 2, where the person is wanting to manifest. It is not a story of going back to oneness. They have understood that they are out, but they are too small to fit in this world. So when she said the world is too cruel, now here we try to differentiate what is the experience of cruelty, so that we can differentiate it from mollusk. She says, when I asked her what is cruel, she says it's too big. So this is not what you expect from a mollusk person, an animal person. It's just her sensitivity of world being big and small, right? Again, she says here the people hurt me. And then she says, what will I do without my mother and father? She says, this is very irrational. This is not logical, but this is how I feel. So just imagine a lady of 40, and that too in West, in Europe. They separate from the parents at the age of 18. Here is a lady who is staying with the parents. And she says, now everybody laughs at me that at this age you're staying with a parent, but because I've been hurt in a relationship, I don't want to go back to the relationship. So here she says, I'm a newborn baby and this is my borderline. I'm looking out. What is this out? This is looking out for a window. Now she has hibernated. She has gone inside. She has withdrawn and she feels like a baby. So she needs a window to look outside. And what is her window here? It's dreaming. It's the imagination. So now you can see the theme is coming up. So what is this theme? I think you will get it because you're seeing all the words, the colors, the window, the outside world. I'm looking out, borders. So here we see a person who has started talking about borders. So this is what is subclass 2. where they accept that you are separate from the unified whole, but now I have to make my own borders. So what was her dream? The dream was so beautiful. First, she says that my body, I can see a body which has just eyes. So this is the womb stage. Here, at least you see that you're not in the stage of fertilization. You're in the womb where your body is being formed. So she sees a baby whose eyes are formed just. It's not a full body. So this is a process where your body is coming into form. You're manifesting. There is a sound in the background. Please mute yourselves. So here what we see is she is trying to form these borders. So this is Hemamelidae. And we can see this is early. It is not in the lower, this whole subclass you can see my screen. So now this is a person who's just trying to form borders, who's just trying to, her body is being formed. It's only the eyes which are formed. So everything is coming so beautifully. You know, you can't imagine also, and you can't write all these things because these are real experiences of our patients. We have real experiences, and how beautifully everything written in books, it translates into